back, everyone, to the LCS. We have a banger alert on the line. Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves. The defending LCS champions versus one of the strongest looking teams in the LCS right now. 100 Thieves, best record in the summer split, tied with TSM. Second place right now in the standings.
If 100 Thieves win this game and then TSM lose the next game that's coming up, they will tie them for first.
Yes.
As well.
They are, in fact, only one game behind. Cloud9 had a 0-3 week last week. Came away with a win just yesterday as Sven has returned. We'll see if he's going to be the difference here against 100 Thieves, because Cloud9, if I recall correctly, are 5-5 in the summer split. They started in first place. They have fallen to fourth. It has not been a good look. On the contra-positive, 100 Thieves have been looking great.
No Karma bans so far. Letting Karma go through. Both of these teams very willing and have already used it in the past very effectively. These are the two that used it most frequently. 100 Thieves this split were first onto it, but Cloud9 used it even before this split. So definitely expect Karma to show up early on in the picks.
Interesting.
Akali instead is the choice to take out for the hard carry from the solo lane, but the enchanters are left up, and the junglers and solo laners were more targeted here. Tier 1 of Rumble Xin taken out, so Lee Sin, very flexible, could be a very potent jungler to slip in behind those T1s that were taken out, or in the hands of Fudge, bring back some MSI highlights.
Yes, he was absolutely outstanding on the champion. Happy to see him on it again, possibly here in this draft. Senna, I think most prized marksman in the draft, so Kalista, second place.
We were having a conversation earlier about Kalista and the prevalence of it in other leagues and not so much in LCS, and I was questioning to you specifically if we were going to start seeing it, and we do, baby! Some more emphasis put on it. FBI Kalista, baby. Let's get it. Bottom side focus. I want to see who he pairs with it. As far as, you know, he's very, very good on all these melee options. Obviously, the set is front and center and can save him and provides a lot of options as far as these engages that they go for. But again, that jungle that we talked about with the Xin and the Rumble being banned out, Closer wants to be early game. 100 Thieves have staked their flag in the early game team comp already, straight out of first round picks for them.
And as we see this draft push forward, Tahm Kench plus Varus is a very safe bottom lane with a lot of pressure. It is hard to beat this lane because it's hard to be a better marksman in lane than Varus, and you can't kill him because Tahm Kench is there. So this could be a very strong duo. As 100 Thieves had locked in Volibear for themselves, it means we're looking at an AP laner somewhere. Karma Voli can totally work. As we saw, Karma is indeed up. Could, I think, pretty safely be grabbed here. But I'm curious if there's some other mates they have in their minds, as Kalista almost certainly, 99%, is going to be in that bottom lane.
Yeah, the Sven and a Vulcan, Varus, and Tahm Kench. What a deadly combination, deadly bottom lane for them, and with them being reunited, I think this is very fitting as a first half of the draft phase for Cloud9 to lock in an answer to the Kalista on bottom side. But man, 100 Thieves just keep throwing down very early game, strong lane picks for themselves, and now trying to ban away some of the answers into the Renekton, take away your Gnar from Fudge top side, respecting the Blabber Lee Sin flex pick here.
Here we go. All right, second round of bans come through as we're seeing, yes, Gnar off the table. Gragas off the table here as well. Looking at maybe support Gragas being a big option. I think can be very good with Kalista. You go in a bunch of different ways, and you've got a decent way out at the very end of it all. Viego also dropped as 100 Thieves are just simply banning away solo lanes because, of course, you know what the duo lane already is, so you got to pick something else to get at. I want to see what's next up here. I'm curious also if there's a chance it's like Volibear in a lane. I think he's actually a decent laner, but I would still put him, 95% as a jungler, so that's probably where Cloud9 are picking and banning around as well. And I want to know where the magic damage is coming through in these compositions. I think it's still near mandatory. I mean, especially look at how much durability you can get on a Volibear and Renekton. If they armor stack, they're not dying.
Yeah, and Cloud9 are also looking in the same place, and that's why, banning out the Syndra, banning out the Gragas options from 100 Thieves. Interesting move here from 100 Thieves. They can go with support lock-in right now, get their engage for themselves for Huhi to pair with this Kalista. Nautilus, always a very good choice with it, even versus a Tahm Kench on the opponent team. And leave up their last and final flex counter pick here until Cloud9. There we go.
Okay.
We do get enchanters, and it is finally a Blabber Kindred with an enchanter freak. Lulu Kindred was used super early on this split in Academy extremely effectively. I always love this combination because being able to put the picks onto Kindred and the glitter lances for the extra slows here, plus having your hyper carry come from the jungle, even if the Varus goes with lethality flat damage build, the extra attack speed and Lulu buffs are very, very good on the Kindred.
And this explains the Gragas ban from earlier and some of the Syndra as well, with the fact that Kindred was going to be grabbed and they didn't want to get knocked out of Lamb's Respite. And so at the very last second, we had the fun with the Karma Hover, but Azir for the shuffle to still find a knockback for Kindred. We very, very rarely see mages right now in the current metagame. People consider them somewhat non-viable. You gotta play fighters, you gotta play the set, things like this. Of course, that one's banned, sure, whatever, but Jake's the Azir to shuffle people out of the Kindred ult. That's a counter pick composition-wise. Shouldn't have too hard of a time against the Lulu in lane either. And 100 Thieves have themselves a bunch of magic damage now in the composition.
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting as far as both of the side lanes as well locked in for them can play extremely aggressively, but the Lulu plus Kindred for the Cloud9 side is also going to look to, get mid push and roam. So I want to see early Scuttle Crabs. Yes, it is a meme, but it's actually going to come down to which lanes are moving for these, especially with the added importance of Kindred and getting your marks. Your first 4 marks are mandatory for this composition.
Yeah.
You need that range increase or it will be incredibly difficult to play this game.
All right, track the first 20 minutes. How many stacks does Blabber get? How much can Cloud9 accomplish? Because right now they are the molehill and 100 Thieves are the mountain. 8-2 in the summer split. A single game behind first. 100 Thieves are red hot in the LCS. Cloud9, honestly, middling at best. 5-5 is not the look. Now Sven again is back in. This can make them look a lot better. As we heard the AD talk about, it did not fix the issues that they have had that have led them to this mediocre scoreline. So I'm looking for improvement, and perks on the Lulu may help that happen.
Prepping for the level 1 move. 100 Thieves do have a sweeper. Sven's in a pretty good spot here, though. Should be able to get vision and time to run away.
And they don't want to go any farther. Looks like their research was, yeah, try-bush kind of thing that happens. Everyone else going to have a decent position, so maybe get the face check, maybe not. But hey, if it's going to be a red leash, and Kindred really wants to be leashed, by the way. Kindred's like single camp clear is not great at level 1.
Look at the top of the map, though. It's already 1 minute and 10 seconds. And they're going super, super deep there. They did their own late invade on the top side of the map with their sweeper. And Blabber's actually going to start on blue side, on top side, not on red. Is fairly rare for Kindred. Because your point about, yes, single target camps are definitely preferred for the Kindred. Also, red buff early on is such a powerful tool because Kindred can go very aggressively, trying to exploit range differences and going for those invades, looking for those skirmishes with red buff at the level 3 mark.
Well, you usually get the camps either way, but yes, it's going to be top to bottom for the Kindred and bottom to top for Volibear, so they will not cross paths. Pretty good early damage. Halo Blade's already down, though, so this trade is not outstanding. Tahm Kench will sustain up somewhat. Of course, no E means no thick skin. They trade back. FBI gets half his health bar down. By the way, Longsword 3 potions. They are trying to trade very aggressively and chug through health potions to make these trades keep happening and eventually get the health lead. So we'll see if 100 Thieves can actually build that lead by not going for the Dorans someday. Still trading in the top side. And here comes level 2 Spike. They need 2 more minions. Gonna knock those down. There's the Ren. Here comes the follow through. Exhaust already on, but Vulcan could be attacked. Early heal was required and just barely will Vulcan survive.
I think it's also critical 100 Thieves don't expend too many resources while going for that. Only the Ignite used. Huge power play from the 100 Thieves bottom lane. They know Blabber is pathing down to them, and their jungler just cleared blue quadrant and is actually going for a counter on the red. Again, Kindred just barely gonna have enough time here for Blabber. There is a smite available for Closer, but no vision.
The kiting is pretty miraculous, so Closer's gonna be slowed up, gets a shield, not gonna mean too much else. But Blabber, of course, now up a full camp. Closer never even walked to top side. He can smite the big chicken, in fact does so. Gets most of the XP, but not most of the gold. So fighting with the small chicken is actually a very big deal. Gets another 3 of them, so does take most of the gold of that camp, and can now walk towards top side. Not an easy gank on the perks. He runs a bit too fast, so time to now pick up the rest of the scraps.
I am going to venture that it was Perks that placed that early ward up defending the possible invade.
His early ward was in front of the chickens of Closer,
Yeah.
and never saw him on the camp.
Okay. So it was the other one then. But really good protection there. Closer even spending extra time down to the bottom side to actually chase off Scuttle Crab, but Blabber already got it. So he's playing catch up now, and the Kindred farming very nicely.
All right, looks like the first mark was topside, by the way. This is going to be claimed by Closer, so we have so far not seen a stack on Blabber just yet. That was a Scuttle trade that the coin flip did not go Cloud9's way, so we hold on to this one for a while. Top lane, pretty close. Some days CS lead only temporary. Fudge will easily answer as he takes the wave.
And I think regardless, Blabber is happy to get away from this early game with even having a Scuttle Crab. Because the bottom lane has no pressure, getting super shoved in, all summoners blown. Top lane, same thing. So yes, it's you always would like ideal situation, please give me Mark. However, even just getting the gold and experience from it and being able to have a smooth clear on Kindred this early on is definitely beneficial there for Cloud9. Now remember, unless he kills someone that he marked, it's still the 0 mark Kindred spawn, so that has to be on the next Scuttle Crab that does spawn. So there is continued very high importance on these Scuttle Crab controlling moves from the lanes and trying to time your wave pushes with that to be able to get that for Kindred.
The recalls will come through. Double longsword in for Blabber. 2 camps done. Now going to be looking towards the bottom side yet again. The dragon has spawned, and it looks like top Scuttle of course, shouldn't be back just yet, but as the top laners fight, Fudge has to jump away. He's been getting worn down a fair bit.
Good Blabber, mini-map.
Yeah. Blabber's going to be behind Someday, but does Fudge have the health to make this fight even work? Someday has a stacked up Rage Bar, and here comes the attempt. It's looking a little funky. Fudge walking up. Now he's going to spot Blabber. Now, can he make this play happen? Kites into the brush, wants to get the dash, gets the big stun. Not level 6, second dash, flashes early, but the follow is still there. The mark matures, and Blabber solo kills Someday.
And I just want to say, during that freak, I just want to applaud Fudge for the restraint. You know it. You've been in so many situations where you're low health laner as you're going to gank for them. Never mind, bottom side will get devoured. Your low health laner walks up, is like, oh yeah, I want to touch, I want a piece of this kill. And they die for trying to be a participant. But Fudge lets Blabber handle it himself. He flashes after, knowing the last hit is going to have the execution damage there with the E on Someday. Just very well played by Blabber to grab this one. And Fudge to not die.
All right, goes in for a bit of a trade. Of course, Flash being down on Someday makes that one feel easier on the Lee Sin. One less tool available. Watch the mechanics in this one. It's really good by Kindred.
And honestly, already I like we start the replay early because this trade, you already saw it. This was planned by Cloud9, having Blabber route up. At the moment Fudge takes that play, Blabber was walking up the ramp towards Raptors. And so then Fudge just waits the entire time, continues to let the wave push away from him. Yes, this charged up Rage Bar here is very scary on Renekton, but Blabber is full health level 5 right now. So even with the stun being used on him, he's got the assurance that if the Rage Bar is early used on him and he goes for the early stun, that then Fudge would have safety to join it. And if he doesn't, then he can just chase him down that way as well. So very good job. No hesitation on the flash follow from Blabber. Does pick up the kill. Blabber, Kindred, Fantasy Team save. Yeah, this is definitely one of the champions that has been most closely associated with his success years. And Perks has decided, you know what? We're going to set you up for it, Blabber. I will play the Lulu to it. This is already seeing Lulu or seeing Kindred get the early kill and get the early success without combining with the Lulu. Later on, once you see the turbocharged Kindred running at you with the extra slow of Glitter Lance as well, is going to be where it really shines.
All right. Well, right now it is 100 Thieves feeling better in the bottom lane, but of course a lot of farm and XP for Blabber is going to feel good there. Nice anchor comes in, just doesn't matter, as every single time Vulcan's ready to devour his teammate and keep him safe. This is what this matchup looks like, though, is you know that devour cooldown is pretty long, and Thieves just retaining control. They are basically zoning them off of the farm at a certain point. Not only is it 9 CS lead, but some of this is even XP getting dropped by Varus. As a tier 2 support item comes in, so Huhi's got a Sightstone and base waiting for him. And now we have pressure topside yet again. Fudge and Someday meeting each other. Closer nearby, but not going to find anything.
Yep, should be easy. Actually, start up on that Rift Trail at 8 minutes in. It's available. They already have Scuttle Crab extra speed. Bottom
Huge
side dive.
damage. Vulcan can be executed. The Callista ult to bring the safety comes back in, and it's actually going to mean the kill. Nautilus dies. I guess FBI didn't quite have the damage or the rend for the kill, but at least they force him off. They get one.
I thought they were going to back out with that one, but they decided to go for it. Topside fight still going strong.
All right, Someday takes at least in Q, doesn't really matter, but a Lulu poke, and now they're gonna go for the play right there. Fudge kiting back, and the waiting is Blabbers around as well. Smite fight comes in, no, it's the reset. Kindred ult comes in, and it's time to shuffle him right back out. Betrayed in the top river by Blabber again and again. 100 Thieves get the 2-0 fight. Out goes Cloud9.
Clean sweep there, Freak. Well done by Abadage, the janitor, right off the Kindred ultimate before the heal comes in. Picks up the 2 kills. What a move here from 100 Thieves. Very well played as far as the refocus. Yeah, the bottom side was a little bit dirty there, and they exchanged it 1 for 1. But top side, huge rewards. This is after they had been the ones, remember, to get the early dragon off of that top side focus. Now they've also got the first Rift Herald. Here's another look at it as they start on the Tahm Kench. He's got
Ignite on, so he pulls the aggro.
Yeah, had multiple Ren stacks in him. As soon as he went in, goes down. Take a look at the start on this Rift Trail. They do have the early move there. Someday's got his ultimate available. Eye is popped, so they know they've got plenty of time before the next Eye comes up on the Rift Herald, and Closer's able to charge in, force the fight. You want to try and focus on the Kindred to get the Kindred ultimate early on.
650, Smite reset.
You can see the Q as well, not able to finish off, then easy sweep off here.
Yeah.
They tried to get the execute damage in before it, but unable to do so, so very good answer there.
All right, well, really good control in that fight. Abadage might as well be finished with how good of a janitor he was in that one. At least you got that reference. Meanwhile, nice ult comes across. It's a root. FBI can't fight back, but now Sven doesn't have a way out. He's already been devoured. He's been knocked up into the air. Going to stay alive, though. Vulcan, the next target, also walking away with his flash. So Summoner's burned, but staying alive just barely.
And these are all Summoners burned, Freak. 45 seconds before a Dragon. Huge move there from 100 Thieves to be able to get these cooldowns out for this Dragon fight. I want to see...
Big shuffle. Ult comes in, but not in time. Perks, they know he's flashless. They got the timer. They know they're going to kill him. The shield comes in. He's running for his life. You got to be kidding. Finally, they shut down the kill. Closer held the aggro, and the kill comes through. Well done. 100 Thieves 4-2. Now footing in the bottom side. And this one is a 3v2 because Kindred is here, but they might want to go for a bit more. FBI tries to get away with the sliver of health. Huhi, I believe, jumped in to buy the time to sacrifice for his team. But 100 Thieves still going to the counter punch elsewhere on the map. They will knock down mid lane turret.
And that's still going to be a full health closer there with red buff. So even though Cloud9 do get the kill on bottom side, with mid lane devastated, they've got to transition down here. And there is a teleport from Abadage. So he's recalling right now, might even...
This is tough. Without a bot lane at all, this is just really not tenable.
No teleport for Someday either. Look at the small little slivers left on the both top lane teleports. So nobody else going to join it, and it is Cloud9 slipping in for the extra dragon. It is a good counter move down there on the bottom side to use the Abyssal Voyage, get right back in. But the mid lane move was so insane. This is going to be a very fed Azir, Freak. This is going to be Abadage, Emperor of Shurima, trying to be Emperor of Summoner's Rift here, and the LCS 400 Thieves. He's going to have huge priority, and it's hard to fight the team fight for Cloud9 around that. So I really think they're going to have to try and play more into a split map right now. And with teleports starting to be expended, it's going to get difficult.
Okay, well, next move going to be on the table pretty soon, as mid lane pressure can help you get around the map and do else. Do other stuff. Abadage, shoves that one in. Can easily look somewhere else. Not just yet, though. 100 Thieves right now, though, taking control of the bottom jungle. They put some wards down thanks to Huhi. and maybe we find some more attacks towards Ven and Vulcan.
All right, it's going to be difficult for the Cloud9 to set up any sort of flanks or any plays too, because you look at these ward denial from 100 Thieves as they clear out both sides of the C9 jungle, causing them to second guess every single move they make. Blabber's going for a kindred mark at the enemy Raptors right now, even though they just saw the last move from Closer. He gets back up, chases him off those Raptors, denies him from the extra mark. By the way, the mark was put onto Someday. So that mark is from the early kill onto Someday. He has not gotten a mark from one of the camps yet for Blabber.
Yep, so almost 14 minutes in. Turret plate's about to drop. 100 Thieves already 1-0 on turrets. They've gotten 2 plates top lane here as well. 3 plates in bottom. They are crushing the lanes. They're up 2,500 gold. And Blabber has a single kindred mark.
If you want to try and play for the next ones, it is pretty easy to calculate since they now will know the Raptors were just taken. You should probably play for bottom side control for Gromp, because between 1 and 3, they can only be on Scuttlecrab, Raptors, or Gromp. And with Raptors being cleared out more recently, it won't be there.
Nice play by Abbedagge. Walks all the way up. Of course, the Herald charge from earlier had crashed, so mid lane 2-2 was already a bit low. Defensive turret in case of a dive. Has the soldier ready to E backwards. And no easy flash R from Perk, so not going to happen. And somebody just getting some more alone time top lane as Fudge eventually joins up and will get just the 1 CS. But that turret's done about 1,000 health top lane. Despite being ganked, just, you know, slowly but surely winning for Someday. Bot lane, winning for 100 Thieves. Mid lane, winning for 100 Thieves. Here we go, another turret going down. Cloud9 just have not found enough yet in this game.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard for them to actually change that story towards the mid game, because 100 Thieves have so much priority on this bottom side of the map, even behind the second brush here, getting super deep wards, zoning them off of their own jungle, much less trying to get any sort of marks out of the Gromp or out of the 100 Thieves jungle. It's going to be difficult for Blabber to even get across the river unless they're able to win a team fight first. So that Kindred 4 mark state is so far out of reach for Cloud9. The only way they get it is by actually winning a team fight. And guess what? You have to do that against a 7,000 gold Azir, 3-kill Abbedagge, which makes it insanely difficult considering the front line that they have. And I really like the strategy that 100 Thieves went for, was drafting super strong side lanes for both of their matchups on top and on bottom side, and then having a possible scaling out in the mid lane here with Abbedagge having a very good counter to Kindred ultimates and being very good DPS towards the mid game.
Absolutely. Got himself a stopwatch. Going to be hard to stop, which is ironic, but this is how it works. 300.
The hell, freak!
It popped into my head. Like, I have to say this now.
It's
there. I can't just leave it. It's like the really bad Control reference I made. Like, no one cares, but I saw it. You said janitor, and I'm like, he's German, but we're gonna move on. Maybe there's a remedy for that somewhere, but I don't know it. 100 Thieves gonna start for second Herald now. I mean, honestly, every objective is theirs for the taking, but Cloud9 are going to contest. Is this a fight that starts to come back now for Cloud9? Got the mark on Volibear. Anchor not going to land. He's got to be careful. Someday has to dash out, and he's still being chased by 2. He's got to really be careful. Has a blast plant to get right back into the fight. All 5 members of both teams are here. First arrow's going to be dodged. FBI jukes backwards. Anchor in, finds decent damage out of Tom Kench. Vulcan the target. Into the back line they go. Blabber cutting back, waiting for Lamb's respite. But so is the rest of the team. But the shuffle's too early. They're going to stay alive. Look at the re-engage now. Blabber drops for 1. Next on to Vulcan. It's 3 kills picked up. 100 Thieves just will not be stopped.
Just so well executed, well thought out from the beginning of the game there from 100 Thieves. And even though Abbedagge does sweep them in first, they've got the great flank there from Someday, and with the entirety of all the carries of Cloud9 at the center, easy refocus there for 100 Thieves. Look at the damage there. The Azir, the captain of the team, able to not only make the big sweep to catch the rest of Cloud9 and make sure they get the picks, but also finishing off most of the DPS. Here's another look at it. Again, Someday up on top side. He's got flash and ultimate ready, so he just needs to retain this position. He's flanking here to threaten these Cloud9 carries. And you see Sven and Blabber playing at center right now, just trying to throw out poke. Once the Varus ultimate is down, what structure do they have to their team fight? They're all squishy, so they get dove very quickly.
Alrighty, Summoner TP burned. Auto, devour him. They got the knockup just in time. Lulu ult was going to be it. Vulcan spits him out. Sven going to snipe the kill. Second mark for Kindred. Got that one off in time. That's at 2. Still a long road ahead. They won't even stay for the bottom turret.
Yeah, really good pick, though, for Cloud9, because at this stage, since you have so little to work with, being able to take advantage of somebody over-pushed on a lane after the reset from 100 Thieves is exactly what they need to not lose hope here in this game. Get some more gold onto your Kindred, onto your Varus, try and build up your DPS here. If they can make better use next time of the Shirelias and all the extra speed from Lulu, they might be able to outmaneuver a little bit better. I think 100 Thieves still overwhelming control right now and should be able to push in for victory, but the side lane kill, some little bit of money there for Cloud9. Let me see about Blabber. He's up to 2 marks now, so did get 1 extra.
Yeah, he got it from that bot lane kill. He had marked him in time from what I could tell. So halfway to the power spike, but we are 20 minutes in and halfway to 100 Thieves ending the game, it feels like. There we go. Top Scuttle is claimed. Did not get a sheen off that one, so it's still 2 stacks for the Kindred. Slowly but surely trying to get there. 5,000 gold separates these teams. 100 Thieves already have 2 dragons, so we are 8.5 away from an Infernal Soul. That's not honestly too far out, so that can look pretty good. Abadaga clears out bot lane, walks up. Bot lane tier 2 looks like it's going to be his. And these Heralds have been very good. The first one finished mid lane turret, put the mid lane tier 2 at 1/3. This Herald down here finishes bot lane turret. Looking great so far, 5-0 the turret score.
Yeah, and again, the importance of putting so much money onto Abadaga on this Azir, which again illustrates the strength of Red Side right now and why it's gotten a lot more wins than previously in pro play, where it's been dominated by Blue Side for so many of these metas that are a lot more strict and you have less versatility. The last pick has been so good for 100 Thieves because now it puts them in the position. Yes, in the early game, they had the answer to Kindred Ultimate, and just, you know, the ult interaction is very good, but it gives them critical range here. Without the Azir, they would not have this advantage. It makes it so hard for Blabber to fight these fights. Kindred is incredibly short range without getting the 4 mark is one of the biggest things, is the range increase there. And so it's hard for him to navigate these team fights when Azir soldiers can pelt you from out of your range. And yeah, Sven can throw arrows, but it's just a little bit of poke damage in the face of 3 tanks and the front line being so beefy for 100 Thieves. So just really love that last pick on Red Side being saved for such a critical role in the team comp and answering what their opponents are trying to do. And really building out a win condition for 100 Thieves that now they just have to worry about, okay, Cloud9 are going to be looking for these picks. They're going to be looking for these side lane plays. Abyssal Voyage is ready, so just everybody be cognizant.
Shirelias, they're not going to have the recall in time. He didn't really want to go for it. Looks like it was too much risk in front of the Sun Disc anyway, so out they go. Yeah, Abadaga on the last pick has been outstanding. 6 co-preservation, the highest. Obviously great CS, a lot of control overall. And they asked him how he wanted to do this, and he wants to just kill everybody. And he has been outstanding.
That's a good answer.
It is a good answer.
How do you want to play League of Legends? Winning. Kill them all.
Yeah. Well, you know, and his role has been critical, right? He's been the one who's shuffled people out of the ultis. He's really been, I mean, it's one of the best, like this will be overstated a little bit, but it's still true. It's one of the best 10th picks I've seen in draft.
Yeah,
and that's why everything so well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
it pulls together a lot for the strat, but also very well individually played by the player.
Yes.
So now with a very good soft 3-item power spike, I count the half penetration item as a soft extra item there.
I'll give you that.
It's only a half one, yeah, but man, is he set up for insane success because now you've got the Zonias.
Okay.
No worries.
Not the cleanest.
Not the cleanest, but honestly, Cloud9, you know, with the blast cones and with the marks, haven't had the best luck. He's now at 3 marks though, Freak.
He's almost there.
Get on that.
He's scaling. It's just way too late.
Actually is scaling. Oh, can they mark the Renekton?
I'm not sure he has the cooldown back. Maybe he does. Either way, Renekton's running for dear life, and someday is going to be just fine. So, okay, nice try on the Tom Kenschult. Don't mind the attempt. But mid lane is under fire, and 100 Thieves are ready to clean up the base, not just the champions. He wants turret points as well, and Abadaga and FBI just throwing in the damage. They've knocked down the middle inhibitor turret as the cross-map play for the attempt on Someday's life, and now they'll grab the dragon after all anyway.
I like this. I was going to mention, 100 Thieves, they don't have to give up anything right now because Cloud9 cannot fight them. So I would have been a bit sad if they gave up the dragon in order to take that inhibitor, but they turn around and they instantly chase them off of even sniffing around this dragon. Someday just stands there, human ward or reptilian ward, I guess, in the river, as is appropriate for the crocodile. Make sure stands watch on the dragon. They don't overcommit to the inhibitor, but they do overcommit to the minions, Freak.
Okay, that's going to be a ton of damage. Kick the round. He's trying to stay alive, gets a bunch of healing, and now Abadaga is here, able to trade back onto the Kindred. So Blabber falls the one for one. I do not believe Renekton was marked, so it will not be number 4. But now we get a bit more to happen. They're pushing in Perks. He's going to run for his life, but he is not going to be fast enough. Gets rooted in place. Are you kidding? He's actually going to live? I thought he wasn't gonna, but he gets out. A summoner heal from Sven, plus the repeat on the shields do get him out. Thank you, Guardian. Thank you, Summoners. Perks, in fact, lives. It's a 1-for-1, which will always favor Cloud9.
Yeah, and you always feel for Kindred and Lissandra players alike. We mentioned it in the Lissandra game in Champ Select about how much of the champion is timing-based, getting off your stasis. It's the same feeling for Kindred players. You're a squishy champion, and as soon as Azir gets there, Abadage with that Luden's Echo burst, pops him right in the face. No ult, no timing for ult comes out, and he just gets instantly killed. Here's the chase down onto Someday, though. Cloud9 do finish off the kill, but Blabber's so low, as soon as Abadage shows up, boop, boop, and he's toast. That means there's no escape for the rest of the team either. Abadage can go right in, shoves him off. Have to say, though, I was right there with you. Perks flashes, though. He gains enough distance. FBI wasn't close enough to add any damage, and they got the heal from Sven for the extra HP.
Yeah, nicely done there. Locket now available for Vulcans. That can make it even easier. FBI now going to start on this Baron. That ward positioning, very good from Cloud9. What everyone should learn, by the way. It will usually let you see them going for Baron, but usually not spotted by any decent control wards. So love to see that one, and not going to land the anchor just yet, but looking like 100 wants to take the fight. Locket's come out, looking for the fight now. Fudge pulled back, still going to be a bit of CC, kicking back the Nautilus now. What about the other half of the fight, though? Blabber still walking in. Got to be careful, burns his flash afterwards. Went for a bit too much poke. Now Shrelia's popped in. Perk's going to lead the team right back in. As the Baron's still helping the damage, Someday finally gets out of the fight. But 100 Thieves on a half HP. Cloud9 play the slow battle well, and they weather 100 Thieves. They get them down, they get them low. Half health means they've got to run away. Good bit of damage comes out of Sven at the end. And from a gigantic deficit, Cloud9 holds the line.
You start to see some of the benefits of the Lulu pick coming in, the chase down there, buffing up both carries, allowing them to force 100 Thieves out of the Baron, forcing them low health recalls, and now the moment of truth. Will they be able to win the Baron fight? Because teleports are back out, and 100 Thieves are not going to let you have it for free.
Someday is there, running around. Sentinel sees him. They know for sure 4K health. Closer has ult, Closer has flash, Closer has smite. In to go for the front line. Not enough, though. He's a squirrel. Someday can't get anything done. Has to go right back out. Health bar is dangerously low. Almost finds the engage from Huhi, but Cloud9 stay alive. Perks did burn the ulti for it, but they've kept Kindred's alive. Lee Sin's kick is back. And now both Baron attempts have been thwarted. But the timer is what matters. We are 100 seconds away from Infernal Soul. Plus 6,000 gold lead, that is almost the final nail. 100 Thieves should retain map control, but we'll see if Cloud9 can team fight them off that objective.
One of the most difficult things in the current state of the game as well, and just in League of Legends overall too, is how do you fight this from a losing position, but also having the ability to walk and face check only one area. You can't both keep track of Baron and keep track of your Infernal Soul with any sort of confidence. So all that 100 Thieves have to do is push up their minion wave first, and then retreat to claim the easier of the two objectives to grab. The dragon, right now, they're actually going to walk it all the way into the base and try and get... Are they trying to get inhibitor pressure before retreating?
They got 40 seconds, so they can't just twiddle their thumbs is what it feels like. So, okay, what else can we get? Obviously, we can look at Cloud9's vision. It is sparse. There is nothing bottom side at all. They will have no idea if they're being rush camped or anything.
Okay, 2 Scryer's orbs are available for Cloud9. They have a very difficult time face checking either objective that 100 Thieves control, and so they rely very heavily on these cooldowns of their Scryer's trinkets and on very, very careful use of it.
Zombie ward, by the way, cheating a little bit in vision score. I mean, it's actually valuable information, but that is why his vision score is so high. And so here's the attempt, right? Rush Baron as the dragon spawns, but only Kalista. This is a great play by 100 Thieves. Kalista will solo it. This will never be stopped, and they can defend the Baron 4v5. Yeah. A nice try by Cloud9. The only play they really had, but the perfect answer from 100 Thieves. Beautifully done. Infernal Soul claimed.
Freak. We might be completing a changing of the guard in the LCS. It's been the conversation for all of summer.
Yeah.
The rise of 100 Thieves and TSM and the downfall of Cloud9 and Team Liquid with all of the changes. 100 Thieves here now versus Cloud9, the spring champions looking to outmaneuver them on all fronts.
Early ult comes in. They're going to save the divide. Let Blabber heal up. Doesn't matter. Gets devoured. When's the fight come in? Someday. Shoots up the back line. But I'm going to stay safe for a little bit as we go through the names. A great snipe. Sven finds a single counterpunch, but Fudge is on death's door. He's running for his life. Spears tucked into his back. Regardless, the fight is still a victory. 2-1 for 100 Thieves, and Sven, still at full health, can easily go right back in for the Baron. Closer still has the smite. Ren does not come at the right time. Sven grabs the blue buff, but can you contest this one? There's no smite, but they've got poke. They've got the Scryer's Bloom for vision, who he's got to be a little bit careful. The FBI will never lose health during this. He has no worries about the Lee Sin. He can stack up the spears. He's not worried at all. It's not going to matter. Will there be a Varus steal? Will Sven follow the Cloud9 way of Marksman Baron steals? That will not happen. Ulti's not going to land either. Cloud9 unable to get anything done. 100 Thieves grab the Baron and an easy reset available.
Well maneuvered by 100 Thieves. You mentioned the early macro. Just keep FBI on the Drake. You only need to commit one champion to taking that while you delay the Baron, but then the transition up as well. This time around is a really good ult from Blabber, though. Early ult on the Kindred did buy a lot of time for him. As you can see here, right before Nautilus ultimate hits him. And then the hook doesn't pull him quite off of the Kindred ultimate, so gets the extra heal enough to get into range of TK and forces this really deep commitment from 100 Thieves. Look at the kickback as well. Fudge, presence of mind to kick Abadage even further in. And then it was right before the Zhonyas, so Cloud9 did get the kill onto the Azir, the most important champion for them to kill. But doesn't matter because 100 Thieves still able to return to the Drake. They have the Kalista. They burn the Baron down for themselves, and guess what? They're looking to finish the job.
Here we go. 2 minutes left of the Red Bull Baron power play, and they're going to get a lot done. We know that the middle inhibitor is already open with no turrets. Top lane, absolutely a freebie there. They're actually ignoring bot. They're playing purely grouped, it looks like. Renekton is going to sharp right in mid, so it's a 4-1, but they don't care about knocking the bottom inhibitor turret down. They don't think they get that one. They think instead we can go 2 inhibs and go from there. Minute and a half still on the buff as Renekton slowly walks in mid, but then kind of chills out, playing it slowly on the top side, playing pretty safe, taking a little bit of poke, and it can be hard for FBI to hit that turret.
It is hard for him to hit the turret, but guess what? Baron buff changes all sieges. All you have to do is stand next to the cannon minion, and it literally took 50% off of that turret's health. 100 Thieves keeping it mid lane, pushing as well there with Someday before transitioning over for the hard push now. And again, it's so difficult for Cloud9 to charge into this team.
Flash. Oh, not the best play. Who he rooted in place. He's going to be fine. Locket shield comes out. Turret's getting low. Volibear wants in for the dive, and here comes the push. But Vulcan going to save Blabber. Waiting now for round 2 as the front line of Fudge is so damn durable, and Blabber finds his kill into closer. So hey, ulti comes across. Do you have what it takes 100 Thieves anymore? Looks like they do not. So despite the gold deficit, despite the Inferno Soul, despite the Baron buff, Cloud9 hold the line, and they're ready for round 2. Fudge does not have kick, but he could have the slow. The Sun Disc, is it enough? It looks like it is. Fudge unwilling to go in anymore. And 100 Thieves will get the recall away. They get a turret. They got top tier 2 and top inhib, but Cloud9 show they can still fight.
Yeah, that was all with Fudge flanking from the top side, and then Blabber getting the extra focus fire on the kill here through a right side maneuver up to the front line. Really interesting and necessary play for Cloud9 in the face of an Infernal Soul, 100 Thieves with Baron buff knocking at your door. They make the critical play here. Fudge with the flank on Lee Sin gets right in there with the kick flash. Blabber is able to get the critical kill to stop this Baron push, and Cloud9 still living, still fighting.
They still got to find their way back from the 7,000 gold deficit, and the Elder Dragon could be that road. Their 5v5s have been workable. They've gotten just enough done that they are clearly competitive in those battles. It's just an uphill road. It's a tough one. But you get that smite, you get that Elder, and suddenly you are going to maybe start just crushing those fights for those 2.5 minutes.
And you really get to feel the benefits now that we're into the late game of the Lulu plus the Kindred. Blabber's got the marks, Perks has the items there as well, buffing up with the Ardent on top of his Shurelias. And it becomes very difficult to deal with some of that DPS output and that harassment. Oh, he's still at 3. I thought he got the last mark.
No, he never marked the champion. Like, in those fights, he was never on the right guy.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yep.
Okay, even after that extra team fight, after these extra kills,
he got 1 kill.
They're still looking for it.
Yep. You look at the scoreboard, though, and you're like, well, Renekton has 3 deaths. He's the most likely target.
You know what,
I'm going to mark
though?
Renekton.
You got the rapid fire cannon in there.
Yeah.
I don't have the mark, so I don't
get one auto.
Get some range with the rapid fire at least.
One auto will never win you the fight, so it's not the biggest and brightest, but, you know, he's going to get a little bit done, get involved a little bit more often. And here we go. Elder Dragon up in 2 seconds. The bottom jungle mostly belongs to 100 Thieves, but they don't own the spot that Cloud9 are sitting in. There was a ward there. It's been killed. Here comes the play. Renekton is pushing mid. They are playing it split as Renekton goes for the inhibitor, and otherwise 100 Thieves are delaying the game. Lee Sin sent on the recall. Fudge cannot TP, but Renekton can. Does that change the play? 5k health, and who he walks in. Finds Vulcan. Ulti's going to come across. Bulliver over the top. Early Kindred ult. Is there a shuffle? Here comes the play. Scoop him up and clean him out. It's 2. It's 3. It's an inhibitor for good measure, and they're going to send Cloud9 home. 4 for 0. Person TP back to the shambles of his base, but that's going to fall around him. He's captaining the Titanic at this point. Elder Dragon, not even needed. Don't even need those. Go for the base. They've pushed him in. They've got the wave, and it's time for 100 Thieves to close out the game. They will get themselves to 20 wins. We've got 20-second respawn timers and just enough minions. From the start, 100 Thieves did it better. They will close out the game, and they take down Cloud9.
100 Thieves at the top of the LCS.